Your baby is in your mother's arms, and they're screaming. Not the tired cry, not the hungry cry, the real one. The arching back, red-faced, reaching for you with both hands cry. Your mother tries to soothe them. She bounces. She sings. She does everything she used to do with you when you were little. But your baby won't stop. And the moment you take them back, silence, instant calm. Now here's the part that really stings. Later that same day, you're at the grocery store. A complete stranger smiles at your baby, and your baby smiles back, reaches for them, laughs. Your mother has been in your baby's life since day one. She loves this child more than anything, and yet, a stranger at the supermarket gets the smile, and grandma gets the tears. If you've ever watched this happen, you know the silence that follows. The look on your mother's face, the guilt you feel, the question no one wants to ask out loud. Does my baby not love their grandmother? The answer is no. That's not what's happening, not even close. What's actually happening is one of the most beautiful signs of healthy brain development a baby can show. And once you understand the science behind it, you'll never see this moment the same way again. To understand what your baby is really doing, we need to start with something called object permanence. When a newborn is born, they don't understand that things continue to exist when they can't see them. If you hide a toy behind your back, it's gone. Not hidden, gone. It literally ceases to exist in their mind. But somewhere between 4 and 8 months, something incredible happens. Their brain develops the ability to hold a mental image of something, even when it's not there. This is called object permanence, and it changes everything. Because once your baby can hold a mental image of a toy, they can also hold a mental image of a person, and that's when the magic begins, and the trouble starts. Your baby starts to build a mental map of every face they see. They categorize people, not by name, not by relationship, but by frequency. How often does this face appear? How familiar is this voice? How predictable is this person's behavior? The people who score highest on this internal map become what psychologists call attachment figures. And here's the crucial part. This ranking is not based on love, it's based on data. Your baby's brain is running a constant, unconscious calculation. Who appears most often? Who responds when I cry? Who feeds me? Who holds me at 3 in the morning? And whoever tops that list becomes the person your baby needs most, the person they can't be separated from, the person whose absence triggers alarm. This is attachment theory, first developed by psychiatrist John Bowlby in the 1950s and later expanded by psychologist Mary Ainsworth through her landmark Strange Situation Experiment. And it explains everything about why your baby screams when grandma picks them up. Here's where most people get confused. If your baby has the strongest attachment to you, why do they cry when grandma holds them, but smile at a stranger? It seems completely backwards. You'd think a baby would be friendliest with the people they love most and most cautious with people they don't know. But the opposite is true. And the reason is one of the most counterintuitive findings in developmental psychology. Your baby cries with grandma, precisely because they know grandma. Think about it. Your baby has a mental map of familiar faces. Grandma is on that map. She's categorized as someone important, someone who is supposed to be safe. But she's not at the very top of the hierarchy. You are. So when grandma picks your baby up, your baby's brain does something remarkable. It compares the current situation to its internal model of safety. It asks, is this my primary attachment figure? And the answer is no, close, but not quite. And that gap, that tiny gap between who is holding me and who I need most, triggers the alarm system. The baby cries. Not because grandma is a stranger, but because grandma is close enough to activate the attachment system, but not close enough to satisfy it. Now, the stranger at the supermarket, why does your baby smile at them? Because the stranger is not on the map at all. They exist in a completely different category. They're novel, they're interesting, they're a source of new information. And here's the key. They don't activate the attachment system. Your baby's brain doesn't compare the stranger to you. It doesn't ask, is this my safe person? Because the stranger was never in the running. A stranger is entertainment. Grandma is supposed to be safety. And when safety falls short of what the brain expects, it protests loudly. This is why psychologists say that a baby who cries with family members but smiles at strangers is actually showing a sign of healthy, secure attachment. Let me say that again. The crying is the good sign, not the smiling, because it means your baby has successfully built an internal model of who matters most. They've organized their world into a hierarchy of safety, and they know exactly where everyone stands. The baby who smiles at everyone equally, who goes to anyone without hesitation, who never protests being handed over. That's actually the pattern that developmental psychologists watch more carefully, because it might mean the attachment hierarchy hasn't fully formed. Your baby's tears when grandma holds them, that's not rejection, that's recognition. Your baby knows who grandma is, and they know grandma isn't you. There's an evolutionary reason for all of this. For hundreds of thousands of years, human babies survived because they stayed close to one or two primary caregivers. In a world of predators and danger, a baby who went happily to anyone would not have lasted long. But a baby who protested when separated from their primary protector, that baby survived. Stranger anxiety and separation anxiety aren't bugs in your baby's programming, they're features. They're the same survival mechanisms that kept our ancestors alive on the African savanna. Your living room is safe, but your baby's brain doesn't know that. It's running software that was written 200,000 years ago. In 1969, psychologist Mary Ainsworth designed a brilliant experiment to test exactly how babies use attachment. She called it the strange situation. In a controlled laboratory setting, she observed what happened when a mother left her baby in a room with a stranger and then returned. The babies who had secure attachments did something fascinating. When the mother left, they became visibly upset. Some cried, some searched for her. But when she returned, they went straight to her, calmed down quickly, and then resumed playing. These babies had learned the most important lesson a human can learn in their first year of life. When I am distressed, my person will come back. I am safe. And that's what your baby is showing you every time they cry in someone else's arms and calm down in yours. They're not saying, I don't like grandma. They're saying, I need you because you are my safe place. You are the person my brain has chosen as the center of my world. That's not a problem. That's a profound achievement. By the time a baby can do this, their brain has accomplished something extraordinary. They've built an internal working model of relationships. They've learned to categorize people, to predict behavior, to trust selectively, to seek comfort strategically. All of this from a brain that didn't even exist 2 years ago. So what can you do with this knowledge? First, if your grandma or grandpa or an aunt or any family member who has felt the sting of a baby crying in your arms, please hear this. It is not about you. The baby is not rejecting you. They are showing you that they have built a healthy, secure attachment to their parent. And that is something to celebrate, not mourn. Second, give the baby time. Don't rush to hold them the moment you arrive. Sit nearby. Let them observe you. Let them come to you on their terms. Research shows that babies warm up to familiar people much faster when they're allowed to control the pace of interaction. Third, become part of the routine. The more consistently you appear in your baby's life, the higher you'll climb on their internal map. It's not about grand gestures. It's about showing up again and again. The brain learns through repetition, not intensity. Fourth, for parents, narrate the relationship. Tell your baby, in simple words, who this person is. Your baby doesn't understand the words yet, but they understand your tone. When you say grandma's name with warmth and joy in your voice, your baby's brain registers that warmth. You are essentially telling your baby, this person is safe. Trust my signal. And fifth, play the long game. Stranger preference is temporary. It peaks between 8 and 12 months and typically fades by age 2. But the attachment your baby is building right now, that lasts a lifetime. So the next time your baby screams when grandma picks them up, and then 5 minutes later smiles at the cashier at the store, I want you to take a breath and remember what's really happening. Your baby has not rejected anyone. Your baby has chosen someone. They've looked at every face in their world, processed thousands of interactions, built a mental model of safety and trust, and placed you at the very center. The cry in grandma's arms? It's not pain, it's proof. Proof that your baby's brain is working exactly the way it should. Proof that attachment is forming. Proof that in a world full of strangers, your baby knows exactly who that person is. And if your grandma listening to this, that the tears won't last, but your presence will matter forever. Because every visit, every song, every patient moment of sitting nearby while the baby warms up is building a bond that will only grow stronger with time. You're not being rejected. You're being recognized. And that is beautiful. Now, there's something else that might surprise you about your baby's behavior. Have you ever noticed your baby staring at someone for an uncomfortably long time? Not blinking, not looking away, just staring at a stranger, at a pattern on the wall, at their own hands. Most people find it unsettling. But what's happening inside your baby's brain during those moments is nothing short of extraordinary. That's next time on Little Minds.